Now, we started off each time looking at what it is that we were supposed to do. Now we are going to go back in and look again, what is the assignment? There should be no question, no possibility of me trying to do some programming of something I'm not supposed to do. I must understand what I'm supposed to do before I try to actually do it. So let's look in here at step number 2. This is again part 3, addressing step number 2 in the GDQ ICT Honors class for the assignment due on April 15th. Step number 2 says this: you will notice that there are repeated references in some cases where there is more than one another within the same verse. John 13:34, Romans 12:10, etc. Wherever you find duplicates, eliminate all but the first one. If you want a challenge, try putting John 13:34 times 2 in the reference when there are 2 of them, or times 3 if there are 3. So let's see what would be involved in that. We need to pull up our process.php, and we do a preg match here. We need to have a variable called lastRef, and I'm just calling it lastRef. You could call it whatever you want, but that means the last reference. And when we start, we're just going to start with a blank value. Now, the reference is stored in $M2. So I say if preg match, if it matches, then if $M2 does not equal $lastRef, then echo these statements here. So if it's a new reference, then echo these statements. And at that point, we also have to say $lastRef equals $M2, so that the next time we come around in our loop, we will have a new last reference. If the last ref was the same, we don't need to reassign it because it's already the same. It would just be reassigning the same value to the same value. So if we were coming through and we were looking at John 13:34 here, when we come in the first time, last ref has John 13:14, and it says, yep, it's different. But then when we're coming from here to here, the last ref will have John 13:34, and it'll say, nope, they're the same, and so it won't assign it. It won't print it out. If we just assigned it, we would just be assigning John 13:34 again, so there's no need to do that. So I just leave that in my code here. I print it off, and now let's see what happens when we do this. We now have 1, 2, 3. John 13:34 is missed. 5, 6, 7, 8. Romans 12:10 is repeated. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Ephesians 4:32. We better go over to our scraped data and look at number 26 up here. Number 26 is another Ephesians 4:32. Good, that worked well. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 should be a repeat of Colossians 3:13. So 32 is a repeat of Colossians 3:13. Good. Then 34 should be a repeat of Colossians 3:16. Yes, it is. 35, 36, 37, 38, 30, and then 39 should be a repeat of 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Good. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 should be a repeat of James 5:16. Pray for each other, James 5:16, yes. 47, 48 should be a repeat of 1 Peter 3:8. Yes, it is. Then 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Good. That took care of step number 2 nicely, except for one thing. I don't really like the fact that the numbering is no longer accurate. I really don't like how that's coming up, where it's skipping these numbers. That's going to look really bad on any kind of a table that we have. So let's create a new number. We'll start it with a 0. No, we'll go ahead and start it with a 1. That'll be easier. And rather than echoing $M1, we are going to echo $num. And as we echo it, we will just go ahead and increment it for the next time. So we save this off, So it will use, in the echo statement, it will use the previous value of num, starting with 1, but then it will automatically increment it, so I don't have to do it a second time. So I come back over here, I begin things again, I go up to the top and let's look down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, etc., all the way down to 51. And I previously counted, and I can in fact say that there are 51 unique references in here. That completes step number 2, but we'll go back and confirm just to be sure we didn't forget anything. You will notice there are several repeated references where there's more than one another within the same verse. Wherever you find duplicates, eliminate all but the first one. If you want a challenge, we're not going to bother with the challenge now. Try putting John 13:34 times 2 in the reference when there are 2 of them, or times 3 if there are 3. Sounds to me like we have completed this, and so that completes step 3 in our tutorial.